Molweni sitshomi zam, namhlanje ke bekufanele into yokuba ke iMadlanga Commission uFadiel Adams uyafika azokwenza itestimony yakhe. Yey, uFadiel Adams. Unedrama uFadiel Adams, uyeva. So into yenzekileyo ke uFadiel Adams kaloku ngulo National Coloured Congress oba representa eParliament. uFadiel Adams kaloku is the same guy le eyaya eWestville Prison yafika ya-interviewer i-prisoner with i-cell phone, yathatha i-recording, yathatha i-video without illegal team ye-prisoner. Yathatha lo information yayifaka kwi-social media about uSindiso Magaqa. So wabanjwa ke, niyakhumbula ebanjwa esuka Cape Town to Durban ezovalelwa eWestville Prison because of izinto awazenzayo. Okay, fine. So ngoku into ebanjelwayo ke into yokuba i-documents ke lokho ezi athi wavula ngazo i-case zokubanjwa kuka General Khumalo, Odineo Mikwele, Olushaba, Olikayekayo. Bonke abo bantu abo ke ngaba be-crime intelligence. So uyabuzwa kwinto yoba wayezithathaphi ezi documents, kwale information wayeyithathaphi, because kaloku kuthiwa ke there's a classified information ekungafanelanga into yokuba isezandleni zakhe uAdams. So ubizelwa loo nto ke kwiMadlanga Commission into yoba azophendula, atsho into yoba kaloku ngubani lo owamnika ezi documents, because uthi yena zafakwa phantsi kwesicaba. Yade yathi ke i-commission, no, uyazi, I think kuzofanele into yoba sizame ukujonga even the doors into yokuba can these documents fit under this door, because ikhona into engahambi kakuhle apha. So ke namhlanje ke 11 August bekufanele into yoba iqale testimony yakhe. Wafika uFadiel Adams and behambe senze ivideo ke esithi nje abantu must expect the bomb, he's coming with the bomb, nani. So xa sefika ke kuvela into yokuba uFadiel Adams i-statement ekwakuthiwe makasibhale ebuzwa about yonke lento from last year the 3rd of October akazange asibhale. So uJustice Madlanga was very angry today at awukho serious wena, and you don't even take this commission serious. You can't tell me into yoba from the 3rd of October you haven't written a statement to the commission from the time we've requested you to do so. Athi ke nake into avele waphendula kwathiwa tell us why ungazange usibhale i-statement uzosithumela ngo-9 PM ekubeni the following day kuzofanele iqala commission. Wathi ke nake no, i-computer yami be-freeze. What do you want to tell me into yoba your laptop freezes every day, okanye yaqala ukufreeza from last year, oko ifreezer usebenza njani eParliament? Wathi no, kwa aba bantu obasebenzelayo I don't think bayakutrusta kahle after what you have done, because kaloku you can't tell me into yokuba urepresent abantu and usixelela into yokuba wena ilanto ki-laptop yakho yafreeze awukwazanga ukuphendula. So ndiyazibuza into yoba le excitement ebenayo ibiye yantoni, because kaloku andithi uyazazi nje istatement esifunwayo zi-evidence leaders akasibhalanga, ebecinga into yoba kuzothini. Wayetshilo ke kodwa ke uGeneral Mkhwanazi wathi uyasibona ke isikolo, it goes a very long way. So asazi ke into yoba kuzokwenzeka kanjani, uzobuya nanga lo 19th ka-August, because kaloku kuye kwafanele into yokuba ke i-postponwe i-testimony namhlanje, so that bazokwazi ukuzipreparisha kaloku, because uyaphendula zonke izinto azibuziweyo, and then the day afika ngayo ke bamncambazise ke bafunde yonke lento ayibhalileyo. I-testimony yenziwa kanjalo ke kwiMadlanga Commission. So yena xa esithumela ngo-9 and abantu balele ngo-9 ngo-9:30 wasekuseni kuzofanele iqale testimony ebecinga into yoba kuzoba kanjani. Yo, hayi shame Fadiel Adams andiyazi ingxaki yakhe. We hope into yoba ke on the 19th of August, which is next week Wednesday, uzokwazi ukufika. Please wait, kukhona ke ne-video elandelayo. And also, do not forget kaloku to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Happened? Who was late and where is the delay?
I'm reading Madlanga's statement and I'm seeing that I was subpoenaed. It's a lie, I was never subpoenaed. I emailed the commission and I said, you know what, my name's been kicked around like a football for 3 months. I demand my opportunity to speak. They came back to me and they gave me a date of the 11th. I think that was on the 3rd. I said to them, voter registration is the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. Those are the 3 busiest days of the year for me. Can you give me another date? I'm proposing the 30th. They said, no, it's the 11th or nothing. They, in essence, gave me 4 days to complete my submission. But now remember, as I'm trying to complete my submission, people are still mentioning my name left, right, and center on TV. So it becomes a little bit odd. So we submitted yesterday at 6 o'clock, which I think is still reasonable. I mean, it's not as if they need to go and find documents. I've given them everything. And then this morning I get here and I'm told by Yusuf that I'm unlikely to testify today, which is disappointing because I've come halfway across the country. I went to bed early, I put on a suit for this, and now I'm told I'm not going to testify today. So, yeah.
Are you ready to testify, Fadiel?
I would not have emailed Madlanga to demand to testify if I wasn't ready.
So what's at play here in your view?
I think certain people would have read my submissions and thought we have a problem here.
Do you believe that you were used?
Let me put it to you like this, Pule. I'm here to be used. I'm asking the public, if you know of any malfeasance, any corruption, please put your envelope under my office door.
What were you used? Given the contents of the Section 27 referral, the argument here is that your allegations were weak.
Let me challenge that. Let Drew and Sami produce the whole 2.5 hour conversation which she recorded, play it, listen to her comment based on the information before her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she is. I'm telling you that woman lied to this commission and her own recording will prove it now.
Give us some insight.
Chair, we had hoped to be questioning Mr. Adams today, but unfortunately we're going to ask for his questioning to stand down until the 19th. The background to our request is that although we have been requesting a statement from Mr. Adams since the 25th of October last year, it had finally arrived after 9 o'clock last night. And I think it's important for the public to understand how the Commission operates, because there's this sort of sense that we all sort of just arrive and we can just start questioning and operating instantly because we can integrate all of the information. We know what we want to ask, we know what we don't want to ask, we know how we're going to ask it. It doesn't work that way. You, Chair, and your co-commissioners have to read a statement, have to prepare before a witness is called, so you understand what the witness is going to say, you understand what issues you have. We have to plan our line of questioning in the line of what the witness says. It's simply not possible to do that when the statement arrives essentially 12 hours before the witness starts testifying. And Mr. Adams is an important witness, and we would not be doing justice to this process if we just kicked off and blundered on the basis of a statement that we received last night after 9 o'clock. So we've spoken with Mr. Adams and his legal team. Mr. Adams is available on the 19th. We now have a statement from Mr. Adams, and we would ask that the matter stand down to the 19th of August.
Also, Mr. Adams is legally represented, you say?
Sorry. Not Mr. Adams' legal representatives. I'm sorry. We've spoken to Mr. Adams himself.
All right. And you said the statement was sought from him when?
Well, the first Rule 3 went out to him on the 3rd of August. And then there was, 3rd of October last year. And then a response was sought by 25 October last year. There is a long and lengthy correspondence running through from October last year, and then it starts to accelerate through April, May, June, July.
Which was about what?
Which was about getting the statement and getting a response to the Rule 3. Where that correspondence finally ended was that our last offer was an agreement that the statement could be filed by Thursday last week, which we thought was, we could accommodate Thursday because we could then print on Friday, give the commissioners copies to read over the weekend. And eventually the affidavit came in late last night. I can take the commission through the correspondence. I'm not sure what would be gained by that.
It's necessary unless Mr. Adams suggests something contrary to what you have said. No, it's not necessary. Perhaps let us hear from Mr. Adams. Is it correct, Mr. Adams, that you received a Rule 3 notice which required of you to file a statement in October of 2025?
Good morning, Commissioners. Parliament can confirm that I have a very problematic laptop. And my laptop was either in for repairs or frozen. And when I became aware of the emails, I really don't want to lie.
You would not have to lie, so you don't even need to.
No, Commissioner, at any rate, I was aware of the Rule 3 a few months ago. But
what's a few months ago?
I think 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when I became aware of it. I had not noticed it in October.
Surely this is something very important. You cannot be as unspecific as you are. When did you first become aware of the Rule 3 notice?
If you're going to ask me for a date right here, Justice, I really wouldn't be able to give you one, but it was a few months ago. But I'm under the impression that I will be getting more questions because people are mentioning me every day, so I was waiting for that. And Honourable Shackleton is 100% right in his assessment. But eventually I saw that I wasn't going to get a subpoena, and that is why I emailed the Commission.
Is the laptop you are talking about the same laptop you are using for your parliamentary business?
It is.
So are you telling us that you are able to function in Parliament with a laptop that's giving you the problems that you are telling us now?
I am struggling with it.
And how are you able to function at Parliament?
Well, half the times I don't. Half the times I have to walk to people for information or call up for information.
Don't you have IT people who can sort out your laptop?
They do sort it out for me regularly. It works for a few days and then it just kicks in again.
I find that very hard to believe.
It can be confirmed by Parliament.
I find that very hard to believe.
I would too.
That from October last year is only about 3 months back that you became aware that you got a Rule 3 notice from this commission. I find that very hard to believe. Are you telling us the truth?
100%, Justice.
And is this the case also with everything else you received from Parliament? From October last year until about 3 months ago, you did not receive anything from Parliament?
Justice Madlanga, I never said that. I'm saying that the laptop freezes on a daily basis, and therefore if I may, whenever when I take it out my bag, I normally have to go to IT. It will work for a day or two, and it will start again. So
you say you never said what I just suggested to you now. If you did not get the Commission's Rule 3 notice from October until only about 3 months ago, that should be true of communications from Parliament as well. It's on that basis that I've just said what I said to you now.
Yes, Justice, that is what I'm agreeing with you.
So from October, I thought you were saying that's not what you said.
No, sorry. It's not even from October, Justice. It's been for about 18 months that I'm struggling with this device.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about anything else. I'm concerned about October to today. for you to only give to the commission communication, or rather your statement, which was required from October of last year, for you to only give that statement to the commission after 9 p.m. last night. And the only excuse you have is that you have difficulties with your laptop. All right. I don't believe that. I find it hard to believe that because otherwise you should not be operational at all as a parliamentarian. Okay, let's move on. Now, about 3 months back, you became aware that a statement was required of you. So, according to what you say, which is hard to believe, you have had 3 months and we only get your statement after 9 p.m. last night. What excuse do you have for that?
There is no excuse, Justice, because when I emailed the Commission about 2 weeks ago, I asked for a date. I was given the date of the 11th. I emailed back. I said to them that it is voter registration, 6th, 7th, 8th. I essentially have 5 days to complete this thing. Can I have a slightly later date? The Commission...
Why would you have asked for a date? You would have seen from the communication which you got 3 months back that the statement was required from October last year already. Why would you have asked for a date? But 3 months back, you become aware that, oh, for such a long time, a statement was required from me. You still ask for a date instead of saying, wow, I'm very late already, and quickly putting your statement together. Why only a week or a couple of weeks back do you ask for a date only then?
The Commission asked me 3 questions, Judge, and I felt that I could offer much more than 3 questions, which is why I asked for a date. When the date was proposed on the 11th, I emailed back. I said, can I have just a little bit more time? And I was told, no, the 11th is the only available date. I moved heaven and earth. I sat up nights to conclude this thing. And I'm not saying that I'm doing that what I did was right. But what I'm saying is I tried my level best to meet the deadline of Thursday. I couldn't.
What I will say, and I will stop here, what I will say is it seems to me that you are not taking this commission seriously. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far. Because anything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it. This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian. And it also suggests that you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. If for as long as you suggest is the case, you have been using a laptop that you basically cannot use. You are not taking us as a commission seriously, and I would dare say you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. Starting from now going forward, you must take this commission seriously, Mr. Adams. What do we do now, Mr. Shaskalsen?
Well, Chair, we have the statement. The next open slot, or the next slot that can be made open, is the 19th of August. And Mr. Adams can come on the 19th of August. I'd ask that we postpone to the 19th of August.
Yes. For the record, let me just repeat something that you yourself already said, Mr. Shaskalsen, which is that it is not practical for us to hear Mr. Adams's evidence now. People who follow the Commission's proceedings will have heard that all the time. We refer to what we have read in the statements of witnesses because we prepare ahead of time. If a statement was given or furnished to the Commission after 9 p.m., there is no way that that statement would then be forwarded to us, commissioners, for us to prepare. That's true of the evidence leaders as well, actually, because they too need to prepare. So, practically, it is not possible to hear Mr. Adams's evidence today. For that reason, as Mr. Shaskalsen requests, the hearing of his testimony Mr. Adams's testimony must be postponed. 19
August, Chair.
19 August. Mr. Adams, the hearing of your testimony testimony is postponed to 19 August 2026.